too long, cause it's all I know. I've been letting this shit slide. These bad habits, they die too slow. I've been caught up in the rip tide for too long, cause it's all I know. I've been letting this shit slide. But if you love me, let me go. Let me go. But if you love me, let me go.
Hello, and welcome back to Monodramatic World Stage. Today we will have a round of 16 losers bracket match between fajga and wukioh. Quite an interesting matchup, at least in my opinion. I was following their pass a little bit, and I saw that both of them had a little bit of unfortunate losses through their journey, but still, it will be very interesting. If you were to look just on qualifiers results, you would see that fajga is supposed, at least, to be a clear favorite. They just had overall better scores. They had some breakthrough scores on stuff like Nomad 3, Nomad 4, even Hard Rocks, but it didn't really seem to translate into the main tournament, sadly. At the very least, we could see in the last matchup of fajga against Aaron, they just were. It might have been just not a great day for them, and they were not able to get decent combo or accuracy across the whole board, across the whole match, and sadly were dropped into the lower bracket, where we will see wukioh, who also had some unfortunate round of 64 encounter with, sadly I don't remember the name, unfortunate, but still it was a kind of a close match, and they were dropped where they were able to pick their pace back up, and their overall scores in round of 32 were actually kind of better than fajga's, so it will be really interesting. Talking about the actual match itself, we can see that players already made their roles, and even the first ban, which would be Nomad 3 from wukioh, which is honestly kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it really should be the ban that they would be going for, at least considering the round of 32, but still. And the second ban would be DT2 from fajga. Also, interesting idea. Somehow fajga, even though they had, I believe, something close to 800,000 points scoring qualifiers, they were just not feeling it on speed or anything deteriorated. So, well, understandable, but still a bit unfortunate. Looking for actual neutrals, we have HR3 from fajga and Nomad 4 from wukioh. Both kind of make sense, and the first pick is also in. which is of course from wukioh, and it was HR3. Understandable, very tapping heavy map. It has a lot of different. I mean, basically, it's just a lot of tapping. 230 BPM, bursts, some cut streams in a few places, but it's also a decently long map. wukioh might just be looking at sudden decrease in performance from fajga in the recent matches and trying to press on those weaknesses. We'll have to see if it was indeed a right call. It seems for some reason wukioh does not have a map at this point, which is a bit strange. I wouldn't say that map is not sight readable, of course, but still practicing at least a little bit for pool would be nice for this type of tournament and round of 16 at that. With star rating, of course, pretty much reaching the qualifier stage. But hey, it was his decision after all. It would be really interesting to see what they will actually play like. And here we see good luck, have fun in chat, and that means that we are actually starting the first pick, the first map of this match, and I guess we'll have to see how it will play out. Some slow, of course, start at the start of the map. It just makes sense at this point. 7 stars are rating with 230 BPM, and we are just jumping right into the fast section of the map. Both of the players seem to be quite comfortable somehow, but map is again quite long, so you'll have to see some decrease in accuracy the longer we will go. Especially considering that I believe in the other map, part of the map, we will have not only some bursts as here, but also some wide aim where people might slip up on, especially wukioh. But hey, we can see that already fajga drops some accuracy, but it still seems somewhat decent. There is no big troubles for both of the players. And with that, a quarter of the map is gone, and fajga finally finds the first miss at the start of the stamina section, which is again unfortunate, but I guess she just wasn't able to continue, and another slider break. It is how it is, and wukioh actually has a great advantage now at this point, with already 50,000 points in favor of him. And of course, kind of a slow part coming where there's a lot of opportunities to just gain combo. And fajga really needs to see some combo breaks from wukioh at this point. But they don't really seem to come. He has comfortable 98% accuracy, and it's just more than enough to keep the lead. And we see, after all, a slight break from wukioh, which is very helpful to fajga, especially considering that this combo break was exactly at the midpoint of the map, and that means that his overall score might be just cut if fajga finds another miss and another, which might just actually almost send this map into the hands of wukioh. Already won 50,000 points difference. And considering how comfortable wukioh seems on this type of map, it might just be enough, and you might actually already be calling this a wrap, but still, you might just see some kind of an upset. For some reason, it doesn't seem like fajga actually does find another miss and a lot of accuracy drops. It seems she was actually getting a lot of stamina drained. It is not really her big range, but still, there is only a little bit of the map left, and wukioh just gotta work through it to gain the most amount of points difference. And with another two combo breaks from fajga, it might just be enough to get the maximum amount of damage done possible. and it seems like it will be the case. The last few combo from in the end, another unfortunate miss from wukioh, and it's almost 350,000 points difference, which is just short of the maximum amount of damage possible to the other party. And still, great performance from wukioh, even with 2 slider breaks. S-rank on this kind of map, great stamina, great speed performance, but it just wasn't a great map for fajga, absolutely not. And immediate answer from fajga, Nomad 1. It is a little bit of an interesting one. We could see in the previous matches that wukioh does struggle a little bit with higher star rating, but at the same time, in the previous match, fajga was just not able to consistently aim at needed maps against Aaron. That might just be, again, problem of this specific match, but this is a little bit of a risky play nevertheless, and you would have to see if it will actually work out for her. Let's see. I mean, of course, who does not know Hades? Great map, 200 BPM across the whole for 30 minutes, but still. It seems like fajga in this does have some stuff to do soon, but, well, it is to be expected. And here we go. Good luck, have fun in the chat, and that means that the map is indeed starting. Let's see if we'll see any early breaks from both of the parties. I would expect both of them to do fairly well, but there might be just some unfortunate mistakes and combo breaks across the board. Might be, but at this point of the map, it just seems pretty stable for both of the players. They have full combo, full accuracy, 100%, but... Aim of both of the players also seems pretty stable without much deviation. I guess we would have to go into the later stages of the map to actually see some kind of opportunities for both of the players, because the start seems to be way too easy for both of them. First kind of an active spike, and both players just perfectly hitting every single object without any accuracy drops and anything. It seems like it really was just... It might just come down to accuracy battle at the end of the day, and considering the accuracy that they have at the middle point of the map, it might actually be insane at the end of the day. Wow. It seems they still have yet to drop 100. Well, the only point difference that we see at this point is only spinner points, which is actually kind of insane. And we have finally some few hundreds on the board from fajga, with only 200s at this point, but still, that's some some actual point difference, considering that both of the parties were just keeping the SS at this point, and wukioh finally finds some breaks, and at this square pattern, it was just not... It might just be enough for fajga to go ahead, because it seems like they are comfortable enough to just FC this map almost every try that they get. And this mistake from wukioh, maybe some misread, it was just... It might just be enough to get some point to fajga. The biggest problem at this point, I think, would be how much point on the board will fajga bring against wukioh, and that is a big question. fajga still does not drop too much. She actually does find a miss, exactly what I was thinking about. The great accuracy performance still from her, but she's still ahead by 150,000 points, and wukioh also indeed trade her miss, which is just insane. Fajga finds another miss, and it seems like she'll not get getting more combo or score advantage over wukioh, but 150,000 points is still quite good enough to keep up. There might be another opportunities and other maps where she will be able to get some more, but this chain miss actually did bring her score down a little bit more, even if wukioh was able to trade it off immediately. We would have to see if point score difference will actually move to the other of the sides, because it seems like it is both players are performing almost miraculously the same for some reason. They are getting misses at the same places, and they are having almost exactly the same accuracy too, or dropping accuracy in the same places. And the map is indeed ending with 130,000 points in the favor of fajga, which is insane to see, but well, just assess from both of the plays halfway through the map was insane to see as well. And well, this is first point on the board for fajga and 130,000 damage towards wukioh. We would have to see what will be the response. I mean, not yet the response, because the next pick would still go to fajga with this pick format, but still, insane performance. Let's see. I would think that fajga would be... well, I guess it doesn't matter what I think, because she's picking DT3, basically a third or a second, whatever, depends on what you think, alt map in the pool. A bit unconventional for DT3 specifically, but still interesting and understandable pick from fajga. Wukioh definitely doesn't seem to be a favorite to win on such a type of map, but hey, anything can happen, especially considering the last match that fajga had. So good luck, have fun in the chat, and we are starting again. Let's see. The map is not too short, so there might be a lot of spaces for upsets. That seems comfortable, I mean, with a few hundreds from fajga, but I believe it should be quite manageable. You would have to just slightly get used to the accuracy of the map. I believe the further into the map you will go, the more checkpoints you would see, so it will be really interesting to see. Nevertheless, we still can see that wukioh, it doesn't really seem way too comfortable on the map, with his 93% accuracy already at this point, which is a bit insane, but still, it doesn't seem like he will be able to recover too much, and he finds a miss, the first miss of the map, and that just plays perfectly into the fajga's hands. She just continues to build this combo, to build this accuracy, and a point difference, of course, even this a few 50s across the board. Let's see, we are almost a third through the map, and there seems to be a hard point, I mean, soon. Oh, unfortunate miss for fajga right at this hard point, but it's still fine for now. The combo difference is not too much, but this and other misses might be actually a bit decremental. But still, wukioh finds another miss and trades this possibility for him to get back, and point difference is laying at around 50,000 at this point. So we are not sure what will happen at this point. They are pretty much equalized, even with small combo and of course accuracy advantage of fajga, but wukioh just wasn't able to get enough combo to actually use this combo advantage of his that he had before. So he would have to see if anything will change in the last third of the map. Because I would believe it was the most interesting part of the map, with, from what I remember, a few interesting 1/3 that might actually mess up both players here. And we are going in little by little. And seems like they are both hitting the buttons so far. And combo and accuracy advantage of fajga just plays so far in her favor. Combo. Oh no, she finds a miss and score difference is actually going down little by little, not too fast, but another miss actually speeds up this process, and there might be just enough combo left in the map for wukioh to take back the lead in this map, and it's just decremental. fajga really needs for wukioh to find some kind of a miss or perhaps of accuracy drop, but it's not happening. wukioh actually gains back his ground, he's ahead again, and he finds a miss, but it was enough. He found enough combo in this map and enough accuracy to get back and get a 30,000 points accuracy, not accuracy, but points advantage over fajga on her own pick, and this might be a point break. Great performance from both players. Unfortunate again, just way too much misses and combo breaks from fajga in the end, but it was to be expected. wukioh just was better at the later, more complex patterns, and that was enough for it to count. And as we can see, at this point, we have only 800,000 points or HP, if you would may, from fajga, and 169,000 points from wukioh. Points HP points, I guess, from wukioh, which is honestly much closer than I would be expecting, especially considering that I was really expecting this DT3 to go into fajga's favor, but those unfortunate misses in the end. It is how it is. We have to move on, and it will be a pick for wukioh in the... Oh, no, that was not a pick. Well, anyway, now the whole advantage is completely in his favor. He has 2 picks in a row. He knows what he can pick. I believe he's... Yes, wukioh is in the path of echoes, and that means he is able to pick PS2. PS2 is hard rock force, is played with force hard rock. It is Tengaku, of course, a legendary map, a great map, but it is very aim heavy. It might be... I don't think we will see any FCs at Tengaku at this point, and in matches at least, but it will be really, really interesting to see. And we have good luck, have fun in the chat. That means that map is starting again, and we have a great, hopefully, performance from both players. It will be really interesting to see, especially considering that overall aim patterns on Tengaku are mostly linear or back and forth, and I am honestly not sure which of the players it actually plays advantage to, but well, seeming confident pick for wukioh, especially considering that it will be a 1.3 score increase from him. That will be really interesting to see. That seems to be a bit shaky for both of the players. They did have quite a bit of accuracy drop, but still no big misses except for wukioh that I did not notice. He actually did find some kind of a combo break in the middle of the map, and we do have some combat advantage going to fajga, unless she finds a miss again, and it is traded actually by wukioh, which is, well, very expected because the iron patterns here are quite mean, but still, just such a close map, and fajga actually does have advantage at the start of it. Let's just hope that she will not lose it again. And wukioh finds another miss and another one too, which just plays in the favor of combo of fajga, and advantage just keeps on growing slowly but surely, already with 40,000 points in favor of fajga. Well, wukioh finds a few more combo breaks and misses. And we are approaching the end of the first third of the map. fajga finds another miss on those same patterns, and it's just... But it still worked out great for her, because wukioh does not have too much combo either, and he finds another miss too. So the combo advantage, the score advantage would still remain the same at around 50,000 points for fajga, but this miss might actually change something if wukioh was able to just continue keeping his combo, and he was not able to, and we are going into the hard part of the map, I believe, or at least at KI, and there might be some more misses for both of the players, and whoever comes out on top, at the very least in the end of the map, who have a more combo will pretty much have the biggest advantage at this point. But it seemed like it is really hard for both of the players to keep a lot of combo on this map, and rightfully so, because it is really wide HRI with all big CS. It's just really bad for both of them. fajga finds a few more misses, but the combo, not combo, score advantage still remains the same, around 52,000 points, and it doesn't really seem to decrease or increase too much, even if wukioh does indeed have a little bit of a combo advantage at this point, but he does lose it at this stream pattern, and the combo is also lost with it. So combo score advantage might actually be increasing now at this point, and it seems to be increasing quite fast, especially with more misses from wukioh, and we are just seeing, oh wow, some interesting patterns, same patterns which are really hard to hit, but it seems like fajga didn't have too much trouble compared to wukioh on these patterns, and score, even if grew on a little bit, but still 70,000 points advantage is still in the favor of fajga, even if she finds another miss at this point. Still, even looking at the accuracy, we can see that fajga has 95%, while wukioh has only 92, coming closer to 93, but it would be really hard to actually gain 93 as we are going into the last KI at the map. Possibly the map is actually ending, and we would have to see some big combo from wukioh if he wants to turn the tides around and just get back on this map and try to get another point. Or perhaps it would not be too bad, because I do sometimes forget about 1.3 point multiplier, but still he would need to do the best that he can. It might not be enough, the multiplier might not be enough, so he just has to continue as much combo, as much accuracy as he can, but it just doesn't seem like it is working out great for him, and fajga is just with 260,000 score at this point, and just going strong with 95% accuracy. And then the ending, it seems like there was a small amount of accuracy drops, but nevertheless insane last jump miss from both of the players, but still 70,000 points advantage towards fajga, and I believe that would be enough to still win the point even with multiplier, which is just great for her. And congrats, this is another breakpoint, so we are again in the even playing field. Now we will have to see another pick from wukioh. He does have a lot of chances still. There is a lot of different maps that he might actually play, but... Oh wow, it seems like there is some information that during the play on Tengaku, fajga actually was able to somehow slip the tablet away, which is a bit ridiculous to think about, at least for me, but, well, still, great performance from both of the players. It was somehow really close. But hey, we are waiting for a pick from wukioh, and I'm not sure what exactly I would have been able to pick. But perhaps HR1 would be the case, because while it does not have too much of a BPM, it really does play a lot like a tapping map. It has a lot of burst, a lot of streams, and not too much of aim aspect for HR1, of course. So that might be a great pick for him. But I am not completely sure. Sadly, I cannot see, I think, what maps were neutralized. So I might be wrong about some picks, but as we can see, it seems like wukioh did indeed pick HR1. So that might have been not a bad idea after all. Well, still, it seems like we'll see another tapping map again, and it might just go either way, because even if wukioh did indeed win the last tapping map, decisively so, I do believe that fajga still should have some chances, because I believe she's quite confident with her HR abilities, and she should be just able to play something like 200 BPM without much trouble. We can see again, have fun in the chat, and that means this map is starting. Let's see what will be the performance for this one. Confuse stand for both of the players. No problems, no accuracy drops, but we will be going into some speed ups and burst quite early on. So we would have to see them around now. Let's see, there is no significant accuracy drops at the stream patterns. So fajga did indeed somehow lost quite a bit of accuracy before, but it seems to be fine. Both players just keeping up the full combo, and wukioh just has accuracy advantage at this point. But there is still a lot of the map left, even if overall it is not a really long map. So any and absolutely any miss or combo break would be detrimental to both of the players. Combo might be a deciding factor at this map. It seems like they're quite comfortable at both of the interesting patterns, the bursts that were in the middle of the map. But we'll be going into another KI soon? Oh, no. Unfortunately, it's just a break. But still, we can compare that fajga indeed recovered quite a bit of accuracy, and she's only within 1% of wukioh. And that means that she's actually quite capable and quite ready for this map, which is very unfortunate for wukioh, because there's only a little bit of the map left, the last half, and the speed up is happening. There's some wide jumps on the map, and it doesn't seem like there's much trouble, except for fajga actually does find her first break, and it just might not be enough. wukioh, it trades it, but it was enough time to get enough combo to gain enough advantage, score advantage of 48,000, which actually does go down a little bit. There might be just some... It might be really close if there will be happening another miss, and we have slight break from wukioh. It means that score advantage will be going fast towards fajga, and that means there might be just barely enough combo to get enough score to get point back in the fajga's bag. That's insane. 16,000 points. It was just not enough, sadly. Well, I was expecting Slider Insight, to be honest. Not Slider, but Spinner Insight. And it would be really interesting, but unfortunately, or fortunately for wukioh, of course, those 40-50 combos that he got after the miss of fajga were just barely enough to keep him the advantage, and he was able to get a better score overall. But for some reason, I see that fajga seems to get the point. I might have missed some point of Oh, that might have been like a neutralized rig that is sadly not stored anywhere. That I cannot really look at them at any point of the stream, but hey. Nevertheless, we have Nomad 5 from fajga, and it will be an interesting one. High CS, relatively low AR, only 8, and 2.5 minutes of pure, unfiltered, linear, strange low CS gameplay. It will be really interesting to see. It is pretty much accuracy, I guess, or should I say precision, right? Precision and lawyer base, so it will be really interesting for both of the players. I was actually not expecting that Nomad 5 would be played at all, possibly, in this round, but we can see it actually. And fajga does found the beast at the same place as wukioh, which is really interesting, to be honest. They seem to have around the same comfort as each other. They have a similar accuracy, they have a similar combo, with just a mere 400 points advantage going towards wukioh at this point, and which is reversed quite immediately. Well, it does not matter anyway, because there will be plenty points in this map where they will be breaking. They might have a lot of breaks, especially considering just the specific of the map itself and gross patterns that you can see here. And we see a miss from fajga indeed, and she just has... It's just great information for wukioh. He just has to hold this combo, even if in cost of losing some accuracy, fajga finds another miss, and it's just really bad for her. He needs a lot of misses at this point from wukioh, especially right now, preferably, because it would be a midpoint of the map, and he might just cap his combo number, but it doesn't seem to be happening. wukioh just feels quite comfortable at this type of map for some reason. Great performance, again, 98% accuracy, 98.5%. And he finds actually another miss, just a slight misread or misaim on one note, and that's enough for finding a miss on this type of map. But still, there is just not a lot of combos that fajga has. You left in the map, and it will be really hard to come back of this 135,000 point score difference, and we will just have to see, especially considering that the slow part is coming right now. She really needs to see if wukioh will actually find another break, or a few breaks actually. Possibly with even accuracy drop. She needs everything, because this 80,000 points advantage is going down, but I am not sure if it will go down fast enough. And wukioh actually finds another miss, while fajga still is able to keep up the combo. It's a perfect situation for her, but Maps is coming to the end. Little by little, wukioh finds another miss, and it's only 10 points score difference remaining. Will it be enough? Means no, fajga finds another side break, and it means that only by 17,000 points point score advantage, wukioh will be taking this map again. He will be taking this breakpoint. It is 3-3. Great performance from both players, especially by wukioh. Just very good performance overall. Good ability to hold combo and great accuracy too, but it was just not enough. He just found way too much misses in the end, and that's what decided this specific map and in this match. He might have just not been able to hold his nerves enough in the end, and that was sadly enough for fajga. But maybe not sadly for us as watchers, because we might see a few more maps, and maybe even possibly TB, which would be really interesting to see. I don't think there was TB play on round of 16 yet, so that would be a debut for this map. And we can see PS3 from fajga. I believe that this PS that is coming from Yes, it is PS that has her legend, which means that yes, that means that we will have a 1.3 score multiplier for fajga, and it might be it might be enough for her to get this another point, at the very least one, because anyway the next point would have to be a break from point if she does not want to play TB. But hey, Fias champion in PS3, it is a big just out slash techno map, which I'm not sure who fully it favors, especially after DT3, but it seems like most players are really comfortable with this type of map. I'm not sure if they actually practice them, but they are really comfortable. Just losing an SS at this point, but still great 98% accuracy from both of the players, and an FC for now at least. I would not say that this map has a lot of specific hard parts. It is kind of consistent with... Oh no, and fajga actually finds a breakpoint in one of the strange sliders that we see, but it is immediately traded by wukioh, and another miss for fajga, so combat advantage again goes to wukioh, but still, it doesn't really do much. Score difference is still only around 70,000 points, so we would have to see for some more either accuracy drops or the full-on misses and combo breaks, because it is a really shaky ground for both of the players. They just have to continue playing and have to continue keeping the combo up and with the accuracy too. But it seems... Wait. I might be missing something, but wukioh actually has 700 combo at this point, and the score point difference goes up really fast. I might have missed a miss from fajga, so it is a very advantageable situation for wukioh at this point. But the mean sliders that are present in this map, he needs to not find a break, and he finds it. But it was immediately, of course, matched by fajga, because this is just way too much of a strange pattern. So we just have an equal situation at this point, and the score point difference goes towards wukioh with 90,000 points, which is more than enough for some of the comfort, especially considering that only the last third of the map is left. fajga really needs to see some misses or combo breaks from wukioh while keeping her own combo. It will be the only possible way for her to come back and get without getting a point break in the next big stage. But it seems it will be really hard, especially in the slow section. It will be really hard for wukioh to miss, and after the slow section there will not be enough possibly combo for fajga, even if wukioh were to find a miss to come back. She needs fajga to actually just lose a lot, not just one miss, preferably a chain miss. A lot of accuracy drops too, but I don't think this will be actually happening. There is just not enough of the map left, and I don't think there will be another hard part. The only thing that I can look at is the score difference and how much it will go up towards the end of the map, and it seems like it will be staying at around... Wait. Oh, it was a small crusader from fajga. It will be staying at around 85,000 points for wukioh, and this will be a break point for him. 4-3, great performance for wukioh. I mean, it's 4-3, right? I think so, yeah. It seems like multiplier was not enough for fajga to overtake, anyway. And wukioh got the breakpoint indeed. And now, with the pick in his part, he just needs to find this one map that will get him just another point. Oh, wait. It seems like... Yeah. Yeah, alright. It seems like it was not actually a win for wukioh after all. The multiplier did its work, and even with some misplays from fajga, it was still enough, which is great for her. Now the best possible outcome for wukioh to see is tiebreaker, and it will be hard to reach it because there's not a lot of maps left, and I'm not sure what would wukioh love to play here. DT1, HR2 and number 2 and 3, 2 and 4 are not great. Number 4 probably pretty much favors fajga. Number 2 is the map that both of the players were actually banning against other opponents, and it seems like he is going for a kind of a coin flip. Well, it will be a really interesting map to watch. Basically a big map to decide if there will be a tiebreaker or not. Only 3 minutes, 200 BPM, pretty much a stamina map with some, of course, full aim elements, but that is a big, big trouble for both of the players. They would have to all their best, all what they were able to do before even the qualifiers, because I believe both of the players had a decent enough score on number 2 in qualifiers, but this will be a big showdown for wukioh. Small water break. Stay hydrated. And well, BC, good luck, have fun, and I personally at least wish good luck to wukioh because it will be really nerve-wracking to play in this map right now. And we are off. Yeah. Let's see, just so far stable performance from both of the players, but fajga did find some unfortunate accuracy drops, but it doesn't seem like she has a lot of trouble with BPM overall. Oh, this will be a really close map for sure. But I do think that it favors wukioh a little bit more, especially considering HR1 and 3. But damn, it must be just so nerve-wracking for wukioh. The biggest trouble at hand. Let's see. We are going through the first quarter of the map, approaching the end of the first third, and the both players are still seen. wukioh finds a break after all, a little bit of a miss-aim, but it was enough to get him to break a combo and find a few misses, and it just gives an enormous advantage towards fajga, because 800 combo on a 2.5 minute map, it is already quite a lot. And points difference just skyrocketed in the sky at this point, 100,000 points difference, and wukioh just has to pray for another big miss or a few misses from fajga. He needs to find them. He needs to see them to get back, but he finds another miss, and it might just be way too hard for wukioh to come back from this. 167,000 points, 99% points difference, 99% accuracy from fajga, and it doesn't seem like she will be getting any misses at this point. wukioh just needs to pray for anything to happen, but it doesn't seem like it will. There is only a last quarter of the map left, and even if there will be any breaks, I don't think that there will be just enough combo for wukioh to get back on his feet, and it seems like it will be indeed a wrap. wukioh with another chain miss. It was just a shaky aim, way too nervous, and those nerves were a deciding factor in this last map. And it seems like fajga would be indeed advancing towards the quarterfinal stage of this tournament. The only question is, will she be able to FC with a good enough accuracy to get... I mean, it seems like it will be trivial at this point. But still, what a match, what a great performance from both of the players. FC, 978,000 score, from fajga, 99%. Just great performance again from both players. I cannot stress it enough, but just a little bit too much nerves, a little bit too much nerve-wracking match for wukioh, and it was not enough for him to get back to be able to advance, and he's sadly eliminated. I wish the best of the luck for Wukioh, especially in the future, but again, big congratulations to fajga. Seems like she actually was able to find some ground after a strange lose against Aaron in the round of 32, and that's just a great performance from her. Even if we could see that not a lot of HP points were drawn from both of the players, it still was really close and a really good performance. So it only says about the quality of the both of all the players. So no one should be deceived about them. But still, again, congratulations, big congratulations to fajga. Yes, big congratulations to fajga, Polska Góram, and weekends. And big thank you for watching, big thank you for to Blue Crystal for streaming this, and big thank you to Isita for refereeing this match. Hopefully we will see you again. Goodbye.